Well, greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome back once again for the very first time to the Farts and Crap Show, where today, as per usual, it's your host Danjo here with part 91 of Dark Souls 2 Scholar the First Sin Revisited. And I forgot to revert my TV settings back to how they were. So I'm just doing that real quick. Turn that up. There we go. Alright, so now I can hear what's going on. Gotcha. Now I can see better. And I am once again using a different controller. It's very disorienting, I gotta tell you. Trying out these various controllers and trying to be objective, making recommendations, all this good stuff. But yeah, hope you guys are doing well today. And good, the share button is actually working. But yeah, there's a few things about this one that, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm, a little confused, but I also see why some people would like this one. Because quite some time ago, when I was talking about, like, early on in Stick Tips, when I started talking about, like, PS4 controllers, some people, I remember one comment in particular, actually. I don't know if it was multiple, but, I was talking about my favorite, PS4 controllers, and, it actually might have been for the Nikon wired compact controller. It might have been in regards to that video. And I was like, yeah, because, like, there's not many officially, I believe is what I said in the video. I said, like, there's not many officially licensed PS4 controllers out there. Like, there's quite a few unofficial ones of a different make and whatnot. A lot of them try to imitate the DualShock 4. And somebody left a comment, then was like, have you checked out the Hori FPS Plus? The Hori FPS Pro. I think it is Plus, actually. And I was like, no, but that one has been on my radar. I have been considering picking one up, but again, it's the problem with some of these controllers, including the Hori FPS Plus, is that it's like Japan only, I think. It might have been like a Japan and Europe thing. Because a couple of officially licensed controllers are also from third parties are also available in European regions, like Nikon. Nikon, it's easier to find them like in stores and whatnot, or just in stock online. In fact, for I think at least two of the Nikon wired compact controllers I got were imports from, I believe, England? I think. I mean, the company was selling them on, like, either eBay or Amazon or something. But yeah, the company was, like, in England, And then, oh yeah, for the other two, I got them from the seller was it was Canadian, I think. But I have gone through like Play Asia before for one of my controllers that I have yet to talk about, but I've had for a long time. The Hori wireless controller Lite, I think is what it's called. It's basically the Horipad Mini for PlayStation 4, but it's like a wireless redesigned version of that. And it's a good controller that I like. It's just it's Bluetooth. I'm not a big fan of that. And so yeah, I'm using the Hori FPS Plus right now, and it feels good. Like I gotta say, like it's pretty ergonomic. PlayStation controllers have long been this design where the paddles are kind of like the grips are kind of like smaller, and a lot of people aren't a big fan of that because for some games that were designed for PlayStation, it utilized all four of the shoulder buttons as like main inputs. Dark Souls being, you know, one of those in that same design vein, not specifically just for PlayStation, but I mean, Demon Souls was, and before that, Armored Core was, and they have the same, like Armored Core has the same control scheme as Dark Souls, basically. At least it did in Armored Core Nexus and the games that followed that, like Ninebreaker and Last Raven. And then, yeah, when they made Demon Souls, they kind of used the same control scheme for this, you know, PlayStation 3 game. And then, of course, Dark Souls was like multi-platform, but they still like went with the same control scheme. But anyway, nowadays most people, like most controllers aren't designed like that, where you have both your index and middle finger resting on the shoulder buttons, and then just like the ring finger and pinky on the actual grips. And so you're using this kind of different style, because nowadays most of the time it's you have only the index finger like ready to operate the shoulder buttons, and then the other three on the grips. And this one's a little weird because like there's one back button, like kind of like a back paddle, but it's actually designed like a trigger, which is kind of weird, and it's like recessed, kind of an odd amount. So you kind of have to dig in there a little bit, but it does make it so that you can't really press it on accident. Although I've never had that problem with like back triggers, back paddles, whatever. And yeah, like it's got the full touchpad, which is pretty cool. Actually, the only wired controller for PS4 that I've had besides the Nacon compact controller that has like a full touchpad. Even the Hori wireless one I mentioned that has like a touchpad button, and like for the most part it's not a thing they really use in game design very much. It is mostly utilized in most games as like an extra button, and the touchpad is designed in a way where the left part, the right part, and the middle part are all separate like inputs if you click them on those sections, which again is rarely utilized. But like Dark Souls 2, for example, was originally a PlayStation 3 game, and back then they still had start and select. instead of the PS4 layout where you have touchpad, options, and share. Like, finally doing a dedicated, like, capture button, right? For, like, screen caps. And yeah, this one, yeah, it was import. None of it was in English. The manual didn't have any English section. However, the only thing I really needed the manual for was to figure out how to assign the back trigger, I'm going to call it, because it is a trigger, to an input, and I already got that down. The downside to this is there's always a light. It's kind of obtrusive, actually. Under the assign button, it's just on, always on, and I can like see it in my periphery, and it's kind of really bright and annoying. And yeah, this is not really my favorite design choice, specifically for that light. Like, I'm not even sure if I'm going to keep this controller, honestly. It just came in like today. And I already have plenty of Dark Souls 2 videos already made, so like... But I needed to test it, you know what I mean? The D-pad is also a little weird on this. And like, this isn't meant to be like a full review or anything. I just like, early impressions. The D-pad does feel like a Hori D-pad, which is to say it feels good. The downside is it's very stiff. I mean, it'll probably like loosen up a little bit with use, but like it's kind of down and out of the way a little bit, to where if I was playing like a 2D game or any kind of game where the D-pad can be used as the primary directional input, I don't think I would use this one. Plus, like, it seems like the D-pad is smaller than Hori's other D-pads, which is a little weird. I'm not sure why. It's probably just so it wouldn't be, like, too close to the touchpad, but it's also, like, very close to the bottom of the actual controller shell. Which isn't bad, really, because, I mean, as far as the action goes, that doesn't really affect the action of the D-pad at all. It's just the placement of it. It's the placement of it and the feel of it. I'm not a fan. But for most 3D games, the D-pad is more of a utility kind of input, like especially for Dark Souls. Switching between things. But yeah, it has everything that you might expect. The other thing that's really strange, because this is a controller kind of designed for like first-person shooters, hence the FPS in the name. I don't think it's supposed to stand for frames per second. All of the shoulder buttons are like hair triggers, kind of. Like they're still buttons for sure. But it's like, yeah, that is a conductive rubber membrane under there. So that's the L1, but yeah, the L2 is also a short stop. Just like button, basically. So it's got 4 shoulder buttons. So anything where you might want like an analog input, and I don't think they're pressure sensitive. I could be wrong, I haven't tried to find an English manual for this controller on the internet yet, but the one other upside to this controller is it also works on PlayStation 3. So that's pretty cool. However, I have other devices that can work as PS3 devices, so it's not like a huge benefit, but as a PS3 owner, I do appreciate that. because like my adapter works on PlayStation 3. I have does the Hori one, the other Hori one, does that work on PS3? I don't remember. It might. I really don't know. But yeah, like the button quality feels pretty good. They're kind of like little... They're not mushy. They do feel very tactile and responsive, especially for like rapid presses and stuff. But there is turbo functionality on this thing, so that's pretty tight as well. And like I said, like the ergonomics on this thing, it feels pretty natural in the hands, I gotta say. Like previously, I have praised the Nacon asymmetric controller for PS4, and that one might be PS3 as well. Don't remember. As being like an ergonomic option. And I do like the feel of that controller, but that controller has no back pedals. This one has one, which is kind of strange. They don't have two on the back, so I did have to change my my jump back to being circle, which is not terrible. That's how I like learned how to play Dark Souls, basically. So like I'm pretty used to it at this point. But yeah, it's pretty good. These controllers used to be pretty expensive online because you had to import them. But like they've actually been stocking them on Amazon, and you can get like fulfillment via Amazon for like most of the colors. And they were on sale recently, like a little bit cheaper than they usually are, because they did used to go for $60 at least. That's if you were buying at MSRP. A lot of places were selling them for closer to 70 or 80, probably to cover like import costs and stuff like that. But it's pretty good. It's pretty good. The plastic is kind of like I don't like the shell. The shell feels kind of cheap, honestly. It's not textured at all. It just kind of feels like a low quality, like almost a gloss kind of plastic. Not quite as glossy as like the Wii U Pro controller, for example. Which I don't know why Nintendo thought that was a good idea. However, feels okay. Feels okay. I do like the sticks. The analog sticks on here feel pretty great. The actual stick click does not. But my package actually came in a little bit roughed up, so I don't know if this controller was like a little bit... I don't want to say damaged, but might have been. Possibly? I don't know. I don't know. The travel feels good. I don't know if there's like artificial dead zones in this controller. I mean, this game does have artificial dead zones regardless of what controller you're using on PS4, but like the sensitivity is pretty solid. It does seem like you're at full input, like a solid, I'd say 8% before the axis is actually like... That could just be the game. I don't know. I could test it with a different game that has like... I mean, this is a nitpick, but I am kind of surprised. Like PlayStation, and again, they're like mostly working on PS5 stuff now. I get that, but the fact that we never got like an input testing thing on PS4, like we have on the Switch. Yeah, that's a little disappointing. But anyway, we're gonna fight Alva. I've been talking for like 20 minutes about this controller, and I'm probably just going to call this episode like Hori FPS Plus Early Impressions or something. I don't know. I don't know. It's pretty good, but for like a $60 controller, I kind of expected a little bit more. To be honest, especially, and I don't know, it's kind of just with Hori as well. Like I feel like they've been getting better in previous years. In previous years, in more recent years, this controller has been out for a very long time, like a solid, I think like 7 years ish. 6 years. I think it came out in like 2016 or something. It's been around for quite some time. Like I said, it works on PlayStation 3 as well, and I think it was during that time of cross-generation stuff where the PS4 was still pretty new. So I don't know. I'm gonna summon in Steelheart Ellie here and actually do the fight, but yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, comparatively to what I was using last time, the 8BitDo Pro 2 for Xbox, that is a higher quality controller, I will say. At the same... Actually, no, it's cheaper, isn't it? It's roughly the same price point. No, because this is a $60 controller. That's a $45 controller? I got it on sale, but I think at normal price, I want to say is 45. I think that's right. So they're not even the same price point. But yeah, in functionality, it kind of even reminds me of the PDP Face-Off Deluxe Plus, which is an even cheaper controller. But some aspects of that controller I feel like are the same quality as this. Maybe better? Hori does have really good thumbsticks, though. They've always prioritized having good analog sticks, like especially on the Hori Split Pad Pro for the Nintendo Switch. Those thumbsticks are incredible. And even, yeah, on the one I mentioned earlier, the Hori Wireless Controller Lite has really good thumbsticks that are kind of designed after the DualShock 4 thumbsticks, but definitely better. Yeah. Not as directly designed after the DualShock 4 thumbsticks as the 8BitDo like Pro 2. Like those thumbsticks are very similar to the DualShock 4. It's a little bit different, but not by much. But yeah. Early impressions are good, but not for the price this controller usually goes for. If it was a $40 controller, I would say easy recommendation for sure. But no, it's 60, so.
This dead city has nothing to offer. Go back. Do not seek the old chaos, nor its twisted flame.
Damn. Well, frick. Damn it. That sucks. Took me a second just to like find the back button. I was like, wait, what where is it? Um yeah, I don't think this weapon is a good choice for this fight, honestly. Curved Dragon Greatsword would probably be better. Magic Moonlight Greatsword would probably be better. I think fire is the way to go, though. I'm gonna go back to using the Twin Blade. Oh, I'm still using the frickin'... Okay, that's not smart. Alright, so let's swap that out for that and go with... Probably Ring of Steel Protection, since I'm like... Oh, and Havel's Armor. Yeah. That should be better. I'm just getting wrecked, like, way too quickly. There we go. Like, every one of his attacks was doing, like, more than half of my health. Which I don't even really know what kind of damage he was doing. I think most was physical, but, like, his ice-looking attacks? I don't know what that is. Like, I do appreciate that in Dark Souls 3 they finally did add, like, ice sorcery? Kind of. Not like they did in Elden Ring, but... Oh. Don't want to be rude. Hello. How are you, Steelheart Ellie? You voracious warrior. Where are my souls? That's pretty good. Yeah, it's a lot easier to stick and move. Wow. Wow. Can't block dick with me. When it comes to that attack, no. Can't block anything. Which actually might give me a clue as to what kind of damage it deals. Magic, 100%, 7.9. That is like nothing. What about the 10? Dark Crypt-like, so it might be a better idea. 10. None of these swords are good at blocking magic. Even the Magic Moonlight Greatsword, I kind of figured this one would be pretty good at magic damage negation, but no. Uh, 10, okay. Staffs are okay. They're all about 30. Oh yeah, retainer staff. How is this thing? It doesn't scale with anything? The base is pretty good though. I think it's a Sanctum Shield. Yeah, the Sanctum Shield is really good for blocking magic. As is the Dranglek Shield apparently. 70? That's quite good. 75 for the Bone Shield. Oh, Aldia. Yeah. That makes sense. 75 for the Watch Dragon Parma. That's a good one too. 90 for Havel's Great Shield? Wow. But it's Havel's. It's 20. It's so heavy. That would make sense if it was the most offensive one in the game. I guess we could go with Great Magic Barrier. That'd be helpful in case I do get hit by one of those, but... I've got a different idea. Because you would think fire would be effective. I'm gonna try dark. Which is going to require me to switch my equipment a little bit. But I'm okay with that. Do I have other gauntlets that are pretty good? Lawn Night Gauntlets plus 6, that's okay. Apparently not that good. $330, $301, $350, $343. Yeah, the difference is pretty noticeable. Slash, I thought so. It's 100 points different. Yeah, maybe not switch that one, but that's like 200, 175, like much bigger difference on the leggings. And I don't have anything else that even comes close to that. But the weight difference is pretty big, honestly, so yeah, well, I'll switch back to Velstat's armor. I mean, I'm assuming Dark isn't going to do very much because Dark Orb didn't do very much, but we'll see. We'll see. How about just we'll see. Not gonna need Flame Weapon for this because yeah, gonna use Dark instead. Not gonna use Repair because it's not gonna be that long of a fight. Forbidden Sun might do pretty well. Steelheart Ellie might be onto something. It might be fire. That might be the thing to do it. And it's a bigger target, so like Chaos Storm might be good. Or Fire Tempest. let's check something out. How about this? I'm gonna get rid of a dark orb and equip Forbidden Sun, which takes 3 slots. Kind of very stupid, but also going to equip Chaos Storm and Fire Tempest. Would equip 2 Chaos Storms, but I don't have 2 of them, I just have the 1, so... Inventory, human FG, 1 more. Yep. Oh man, I hope that's not... I noticed some weirdness with the analog stick, and I'm hoping... no, I felt it again. Yeah... There is a pretty strong possibility that this controller was actually damaged in transit. Or maybe that's just how the analog sticks are, I don't know. Just like when pressing all the way up or down on the left stick is like... There's like a weird little like click that happens. And it kind of feels like it's hitting like the edge of the box of like the potentiometers inside, and it's just like kind of almost like it's clicking into place, you know what I mean? Yeah, no, yeah, it's very consistently happening now that I'm conscious of it. I'm just like kind of gently pushing it all the way to the edge. One thing I noticed too is the edges of the cutout for the analog sticks, there's no anti-friction rings. So it's just like grinding a tiny bit. Is it the same on the right? It is the same on the right. I just don't usually push the analog stick like all the way to the edge of the ring, but sometimes. Happens sometimes. Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't particularly love the way that feels. Ah, jeez, it happened again. Yeah. Yeah. Really a big fan of that, to be honest. And the fact that there's only one rear button. It's kind of huge negative. That's more like it. Yeah, fire didn't do dick. Like, it just... No. It didn't do much of anything. Forbidden Sun did 12? Like, how and also why? Dark Weapon worked out for, like, that. With this sword, yeah, that was doing good damage. Yeah, fire just didn't seem to be doing much of anything, really. I mean, Chaos Storm was okay. That was alright. Gonna go with, like, Fireball, maybe? And Fire Orb? To, like, pepper in some damage a little bit. Maybe lightning would be better-ish. Flame Swath, perhaps? Dance of Fire might be okay. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna give it like one more shot before I like write it off completely. Down to 6 human effigies. That is so sad. So sad. I had so many. Let's go. This'll be the last one. Yeah. Yeah, that didn't really work out so well. Damn it. Alright, alright. Yeah, fire's garbage on this guy. Dance of Fire did okay, but for the most part, it's garbage. I'll try just like basic spells because like 39? Do I not have 39 intelligence? Did I lower it by that much? Oh, because I lowered a bunch of stuff to 25. Right. So yeah, that could be part of the problem is I don't have the I don't have the stats anymore for that. Whoops. Yeah, that could be part of the problem. I'll put like 2 dark orbs on there just because it's okay. Like, it's, peppering in damage a little bit. It's not the worst. Um, but yeah, unfortunately, we are out of time. And I didn't make any progress in this episode, but I did learn some stuff. So that's good to know. That's good to know. Another thing I will say about this controller, and I'll have like a full stick tips episode about it, but like at first it feels good in the hands, but like because of the material the shell is made out of, my hands are like already feeling like kind of clammy and, you know what I mean? Kind of gross. It just kind of like, it feels like it sticks. Just like using the controller is like making it sticky. And like, yeah. It's because of that gloss, you know? It's the glossy kind of plastic. And it's just kind of, ugh. Like I can wipe off my hands, wipe it off and stuff like that, but it's like as soon as it's just, it does not feel that good. Which is unfortunate because it is a Hori controller and there are some of the traits there that I absolutely love. You know what? Fuck it, we'll do one more. And let me just go ahead and unequip the Pyromancer Flame. And just one more, because that was short-lived. Alright. Got it. Don't know if this one actually... Oh, nope, does not open. Okay. Alright, so we beat Alva. Cool, cool. And, yeah, unfortunately the durability thing for this sword, not great. Not great. I do love it, but... Yeah, 70? Just in that one fight, like, it was, like, almost broken. So I was, like, halfway through the fight. Could be that is because it's Alva, you know? Like, just your weapon durability goes down faster. Because of the cold? Possibly? I don't know. What I do know, and what I am going to do, however, is re-equip another Dark Orb and a repair spell. As well as... Flame Weapon. Go ahead and re-equip the Pyromancy Flame, as well as not the Dark Crypt Black Sword, because the Fire Great Sword was doing really well. And it's less damage, but the Dark Crypt Black Sword is mostly like dark damage. Well, not mostly dark damage, but actually, yeah, mostly dark damage. 218 and 267. Like, almost like 500 in dark, and then 200 and almost 300 in 785. I mean, that's a great combo, but 675. Then I'm not splitting the damage as much. It's like fire and physical. It's kind of weird though, it still scales like A with strength. And my strength is at 55? But what, that's only an extra 70? How is that even possible? I don't understand the scaling in this game sometimes. It's very, very strange to me. Could just because it could be because of the infusion. I don't know. Like, maybe I'm better off going back to Macduff and making it like heavy or something. Isn't there an infusion like that where it goes more off of strength? Is that a real thing? Did I make that up? But yeah. We are very much out of time though, folks. So thank you all for being here. Greatly appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed. And of course, before we get going, a very special thank you to the Farts and Craps Show members, which right now it's just Novalis Draconis, being incredible. And if you want to be incredible like Novalis Draconis, check out the join button down below. That's there for paid subscriptions if you want to support the show more directly and get various perks here on the channel. But yeah, until next time, everybody, take care, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.